Hey friend, welcome to Self-Transformed, a podcast redefining self-care through simple fitness, nutrition, and mindset habits. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, certified personal trainer, Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a busy working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained until I took action on my own transformation journey. I finally found the solutions to feeling confident and living a healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard, and now I'm on a mission to equip you with sustainable tools to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health and fitness into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but daily actions that light you up instead. So if you're ready to redefine self-care and step into your own self-transformation, then let's do this. You're listening to episode 109 of Self-Transformed. Gang! I feel like I need confetti, balloons, party music, whatever playing. This is a very special episode. Today is my 40th birthday. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I am 40. But also another super exciting milestone is that it's the second anniversary of the Self-Transformed podcast. You guys, the past 2 years have been a wild ride. I've learned so much, and just with turning 40, I feel like it's a very big reflective birthday. This past year has obviously been a little crazy as well. So I thought I would share how I feel like I have transformed as a wife and a working mom, and really my top tips to help you with your own self-transformation. Okay, before we get into these tips, a couple of reminders for you, friends. You can go to my free Facebook community. There's a link in the show notes, or you can just go to bit.ly/self-transformed-fam. I'm hosting a bigger workshop this month. I usually host just little mini quickie ones. This one's a bigger one. It's the week of August 30th, so that Monday the 30th through Friday, September 3rd. You can see the times listed in our free Facebook community. I will be hosting a workshop on how to create more time with less guilt. Those are the top 2 challenges I hear from all of my girls in my community as far as what is their biggest challenge as far as taking care of themselves. It's just finding the time, but when they do find the time, they feel guilty. So I'm going to give you some simple habit strategies, some hacks, some tips to help you create time. Okay, to help you do that without the guilt. That way you can have your own self-transformation and pour from a full, overflowing pitcher instead of from an empty cup. Okay, that will be happening in my free Facebook community. Like I said, you can go to bit.ly/self-transformed-fam to join the community. You can also check out the guides while you're there. I have previous workshops posted there, worksheets to help you start taking action in regards to your own self-care, and always some funny memes because yes, we do that. Okay, second reminder. Oh my gosh, you guys. Self-Transform You Live is now open for enrollment. We start on Tuesday, September 7th, so the day after Labor Day. Perfect day to get started on this signature 6-week live group coaching program. Gang, if you are tired of being tired, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed, you've started and stopped so many diet plans, you can't even keep count, and you're just afraid of failure again. And I say failure in quotes because I feel like even if you don't see something all the way through, it's always a learning experience, right? But sometimes we don't see it like that. We're so hard on ourselves. So I have created this 6-week program to help you transform from the inside out, okay? There's 6 weeks worth of workouts provided by me. There's my 3-step food freedom coaching method, mindset transformation, and all of this is wrapped in a nice big pretty bow with habit strategy along the way in all of those areas. And we take it week by week. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want this to feel like a lifestyle. Okay, we talked about the 21-90 rule last week. We'll talk about that a little bit more in my free workshop. as far as it takes 21 days to really form a habit, but it takes 90 days to form a lifestyle, okay? I was just talking to one of my Self-Transform You Live clients. She was in our very first group that we ever launched, and she's now actually a private coaching client in my mastermind. And she's been working with me for about 3 months now. She's like, Emily, it's just a lifestyle now. I just do these things like unconsciously, and it doesn't feel hard. And I'm losing weight, and I feel so great. And everyone around me is seeing this bright light in me, and I just feel so amazing, and it doesn't feel hard. And that's what I want for you, friend. Okay? We do this every week. We will go in a live group coaching Facebook group together. There's my course module, so you'll have access to it forever. And there's lots of free downloads, a lot of access to me within the Facebook group. So go to selftransformu, the letter u.com/live to learn more and reserve your spot in STU Live. I try not to take on too many people because I want to be able to give you the best of me for everyone and not be too spread too thin, right? So make sure you go reserve your spot. Now we start September 7th, and make sure to invite a friend. The more, the merrier. Okay, let's get to celebrating. I feel like I need the 50 Cent song. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Okay, well, like I said, it's my 40th birthday, and I'm feeling very reflective today. So I wanted to share my top 3 tips based on how I have transformed. You know, the show is called Self-Transformed for a reason. I want to help you get a transformation. I'm your coach to help you get to that transformation, to have that breakthrough. But it's you. You are the one taking the action. You are the one being empowered. So that's where the self-transformation comes from, okay? And just with my transition in my career over the past couple of years, my boys, you know, getting bigger and in new stages of their lives, my son's open heart surgery this past year, a lot of relationship breakthroughs, even with my husband. I feel like I could really give you guys some insight that I hope you can take to heart today. So let's go into this. So I'm going to split this up into 3 areas as far as career, wife, and mom. Okay, so let's talk about career first. So I've talked about my career path on the show a couple of times. Obviously, I'm a coach at Orange Theory. I run my own wellness programming as a habit coach. We can just call me your habit hype girl. Let's just do that. And when I went to college, I majored in art history and business, y'all. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, and I feel like that's always still changing. So I say this a lot in my classes, but stepping out of your comfort zone, that's where that growth happens. And when I think back to launching my podcast 2 years ago, I waited a whole year before I actually launched it. And that came from a place of fear and self-doubt and just doing it scared and doing it anyway, and seeing that empowerment and being like, dang, that felt really hard, but it also felt really good, actually just doing the dang thing, right? And you know, this podcast has gone through its own transformation too, right? You know, at first it was called the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast, and I felt like that was placed on my heart by God because it was something I truly believed. But by asking for help, by working with my own coach, I was able to get a little bit more clarity and figure out the best way that I can help you all, okay? So as far as your career goes, fear is okay. Step out of your comfort zone, ask for help, but also ask for what you want, okay? If your gut keeps telling you it's maybe time to move on from your career, start taking action on that. Pray about it. Think about what that career that you want, that ideal career looks like, what it feels like, how it feels as a working mom in that career, and go ask for it. Ask for what you want. Ask for a raise at work. Ask for this. The worst thing they could say is no. The best thing they could say is yes, or a maybe, or maybe just not right now. Okay? So it's okay to pivot if your gut keeps telling you to, and you got to ask for what you want. And lastly, within this career realm, I mean, this is a lot more than 3 tips. It's kind of like 3 areas of your life, okay? But as far as your career goes, I feel like it's super important to always come from a place of service. Being a person in the fitness industry, a lot of times people get into this line of work because we've had our own transformation through health and wellness, which I obviously did back in 2015, starting with the Whole30 and then moving my body and then becoming a fitness instructor from there because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people feel the way I do and know that they probably felt overwhelmed and tired and stressed and anxious all the time. So come from a place of service, because gang, when you come from a place of service, even that means just helping out a coworker or helping out a client at work, that is going to come back to you, friend. Okay? So that's all for your career. Fear is okay. Step out of your comfort zone. Ask for what you want. Ask for help. Pivot if your gut keeps telling you to, and always come from a place of service. So, thinking about as a wife now, communication with your spouse is everything. Everything. So, we've taken the love language quiz. Like, my love language is physical or words of affirmation, then physical touch. My husband's number one is time. Quality time together. So I need to be really aware of that, like putting down my phone if we're having a conversation together, or if I'm in the middle of writing an email and it's during the workday, I say, babe, just hang on 1 second, let me finish writing this so I can give you my undivided attention. And communicating that with him, okay? Even with thinking about finances, I always feel like there's a spender and there's a saver in the relationship, and I'm the spender and my husband's the saver. And he's done a really great job of communicating over the past year the importance of, keeping to our budget, having our monthly meetings together to go over everything, and how that is a place of respect to be able to do that for each other. But we weren't communicating that for the longest time, or we were, but we weren't, it wasn't just getting through to me anyways. So we've really spent a lot of time communicating to each other this past year, and it's been so fruitful. It's been so fruitful. It's lovely. It's lovely. So, and think about it this way. Your kids are going to move out someday, and you want to also like your spouse, okay? You obviously love him. You want to be with him, though, right? Like hang out with him. Obviously, they all have their own little quirks, and you get annoyed, but relationships take work. Okay, they take work. So just don't give up so easy. Communicate what you want in a few areas of your life, and be open to working on your relationship and watching it grow from there. And then lastly, being a mom. So this past year has been interesting, to say the least. Having a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old sons, a teenager, is a totally different ball game. And Dylan having open heart surgery this past year has really just shown me how strong he is, and how he can do hard things as well. And I hope he takes that with him for the rest of his life, and that mindset that he can do anything with God on his side, and with being brave and facing your fears head on. And also just thinking of my son, Tyler. He's such a little outdoorsy, like, nature dude. Like, I swear everyone always is like, he needs like his own TikTok or YouTube page. I'm like, I don't have time to manage that boy and like all his videos. But it's just so cool as a mom to really sit back and watch what their own little loves are and helping nurture that. Tyler really loves to be in nature. Dustin does such a great job of taking him out and being outside and doing the things they love. Dylan is just he's done so great with golf and just has excelled at the guitar. Like, it's just unreal. And so making sure we're nurturing that and giving them opportunities to take it to the next level if they wanted to. So they're stronger than you think they are, right? I want you to think about letting them thrive based on their interests and love. And lastly, let your kids see you working hard on yourself. Okay? My kids know what it means to eat healthy, to eat foods in order to feel your best. My kids know the importance of moving your body. And my kids see me working hard on this podcast. They see me on client coaching calls. They see me getting up, or they don't see me, they're asleep. They know I am getting up at 3:50 a.m. in the morning to go coach at Orange Theory and help transform people's lives there. They see me working hard for others, being of service, but they see me working hard on myself as well. I'm focusing on my self-care. I'm in my workout room, jamming out on my Peloton. They're coming, my 13-year-old comes in and closes the doors. He's like, Mom, you're being too loud. But he sees me doing that, and that encourages them, okay? We're raising little humans to be adults someday. So let them see you taking care of themselves and set a good example for them, okay? So I feel like I've really transformed over the past couple of years, and I'll continue to transform. Transformation is always an evolution. It's always a different definition to everybody. That's why I always ask my guests when they come on the show, what does self-transform mean to them? So to kind of wrap up today's show, I want to share a little bit about what self-transformed means to me. It means being open to change, being open to stepping outside of your comfort zone and allowing God to work in your life for growth. But doing that with a mindset of grace and patience, and knowing that things are happening in your life not to you, but for you. There are opportunities to grow and transform and just turn into the best version of you. And that feels pretty dang good. So thanks for celebrating my 40th birthday with me and the second anniversary of Self-Transformed. We've had over 50,000 downloads, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. So just a reminder, join us for the More Time, Less Guilt workshop happening in my free Facebook community. Link in the show notes, or you can go to bit.ly/selftransformedfam to join us over there. And you can sign up for Self-Transform You Live at why do you say that? You know to enter the W's. You can go to selftransformu.com/live and reserve your spot. We start September 7th, friend, and I want you there. Okay? I'm celebrating you today as well. Thank you for listening. I can't believe this many people have listened to my show, and I really hope I have spoken to your heart and made some type of impact in your life. Okay, the biggest gift you could give to me today for my birthday and the anniversary of the podcast is to head to iTunes and leave a review of the show if you're loving it. Remember, I do a drawing every month for a free habit hacking strategy call with me. All right, gang, I am going to go celebrate with my family, sending you all lots of love and lifting you up. I'll see you soon.
Hey girl, real quick, before you go, if you love today's show and know your girlfriends need to hear this message too, then grab a screenshot, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at EmilyNichols22, because the more mamas out there hearing this message, the more empowered we'll all feel to take care of ourselves so we can pour from a full cup. Or the number one way you can thank me for this podcast is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way, more mamas will find the show here too. Love you and appreciate you, girlfriends. See you next time.